Over the last 28 days, I lost 15 pounds while continuing to build strength, build muscle, and without giving up the foods that I love to eat. How is this possible? It's exactly what I'm about to show you guys. Quick disclaimer, this is 100% not sustainable, but it sure does work. Now you might be wondering, why on earth did I do this? I did this simply put to show myself that I could. I also wanted to inspire others that change is possible if you take the right actions. After competing in my first bodybuilding show nearly 4 months ago, I admittedly kind of fell off the wagon afterwards. I went from a stage of being the leanest I've ever been back to bulking back up, slowly gaining more weight, eating more. But 2 months after the show, when I was already 30 pounds up, and then the holidays kind of brought everything to its peak. I was already almost 40 pounds up within 3 months of the show, felt myself kind of slipping out of control with the food I was eating and just pawning everything off, saying, oh, I'm on a bulk. I can eat this candy, chocolate, ice cream every day, all day. And I really felt like I lost a grip on my self-discipline, self-control when it comes to food. I thought, what better time than the new year to reframe my mind, regain some control and some discipline, and challenge myself. However, I wasn't going to wait around for the arbitrary day of New Year's Day. So when we got back from Christmas vacation on December 29th, we flew in that Sunday morning. I got right to work. I got dialed in, got disciplined, wanted to prove myself. If I just took 4 weeks, 1 month to reset my mind frame about food, to show myself that I can actually control my cravings and my urges, it was time for me to dial in. And, well, the results speak for themselves. However, I still wanted to bulk up and build as much muscle as I possibly can. So I wanted this to be quick. I needed it to be something that I could do in and out, 4 weeks, tops, nothing longer, no more time spent being in a calorie deficit than absolutely necessary. Anyways, that's enough rambling. I want to show you guys exactly how I did this, the exact changes that I implemented to lose 15 pounds in only 28 days. The fun thing is, not a single thing changed about my training. In fact, I was still getting stronger and continuing to build muscle while eating less. The main thing that I tweaked was my deficit, the amount of calories I was eating, and I increased my steps a lot. Before I get into the rest of the video and break down how I achieved this result, the different training days that I went through, foods that I ate, steps, all that jazz, for those following along at home, I want to show you exactly the numbers that I used to help myself make this transformation. So for me personally, during my bulk, 3,400 is probably generous, but after the show, I wanted to continue with a lean bulk, building as much muscle as I could without gaining a lot of fat. So 3,400 calories was the number I was aiming for, the goal. However, during Christmas break, a lot of chocolate, candies, sweets, other pies were involved, so I was definitely over this target. So I took this and I slashed it by over 1,000 calories. I started at 2,400 calories the first few weeks, and then we dropped it down to 2,000 calories a day. So big jump for me, because this was only slightly above maintenance, so I was like 1,000 calories below maintenance. And then as far as steps go, 8 to 10,000 was what I was averaging per day during these colder months. But then I challenged myself, if I really wanted to make this quick and efficient, I ramped it up to 15,000 a day minimum. Walks outside were tough. It was cold. Getting walks in daily in the treadmill after the cardio, or after my lift, cardio was super helpful, but also getting a walking pad and using that while working on client check-ins, content creation, and just walking while I was scrolling TikTok and Instagram was super duper helpful. Welcome to MiniCut 101. I'm currently 1 week into my MiniCut and I've already lost 6 pounds. So here are my top tips for what a MiniCut is and why I think you should be using them. So these are my 3 keys to a good MiniCut. It should be short and sweet. The goal is to get in, get out. I'm in a general process of being in a bulk. I want to kind of mitigate any fat gain that I've gained over the first few months of the bulk, especially coming out of my post-show rebound. So I want it to be short and sweet. I want it to be as quick and as efficient as possible. 4, maybe 6 weeks. I'm only going to do about a month. Number 2, training is going to stay the same. I'm only manipulating food and cardio. Training exactly the same as I've been training hard, training intense, just with a little less fuel to go about that training. And number 3, it's going to be aggressive. I'm in about 1,000 calorie a day deficit, both in combination from extra steps, cardio, and eating less than I've been eating. This is going to help it keep it quick and spend as little time in it as possible so I can lose fat, but not lose any muscle. Because the way you should look at it is like this. In general, to build muscle, you should be in a surplus or a bulk, right? And the only way to be in a bulk is to be eating more than you're expending. And so with that being said, as long as you're doing it properly, there shouldn't be a ton of fat gain, but there will be some fat gain. So if this is a whole year right here, me personally, I would rather spend as much of this time in a surplus and in a bulk so that I can be building muscle the entire time. Right? Yay, muscle. But if you find yourself someone more in this pattern here where you bulk for 2 months and oh my God, you've already gained 30 pounds, then it's time to cut. Then you lose 30 pounds, then it's time to bulk. And you cycle back and forth like this all year. Bulk, we'll do B for bulk, C for cut. At the end of the year, you've gained maybe a few pounds of muscle. Versus here, if you're in this bulk the entire time, you've definitely gained weight, you've definitely gained muscle, but you've also gained fat. So the third alternative option here with the MiniCut, I'll switch to blue, is you're going to be doing a really nice bulk here, keeping everything in check, going just in a slight surplus, then real quick, do a quick little MiniCut, lose a good 15, 20 pounds in a month, and then you're back on the bulk. So look at all that extra time spent building muscle in a calorie surplus, bulking up, and actually putting on muscle. That's really all there is to it. It's simple, it's effective, it's quick, it's short and it's sweet, and it works. Before doing my bodybuilding show, I was terrified that if I spent any time, prolonged period of time in a deficit or an aggressive deficit, I would lose all my muscle. I've learned that this is not the case. So in the future, going forward, I'm going to be implementing a lot more of these mini cuts, these short month and a half, 4 to 6 weeks tops, aggressive mini cuts to lose the fat that's gained during the bulk and hop right back into the bulk so I can spend as much time as possible in a muscle building state. All right, we're almost 2 weeks into the mini cut. Today we're here for leg day. Just started going to this brand new gym location, Los Campeones. Got a pendulum squat. Finally can train on one of these regularly. So for leg day, we're gonna see what we can work up to. I've only used this like twice in my life, so I'm excited to see how we're feeling here. I mean, the stretch you can get at the bottom of this machine is just unreal. So the quad growth is about to go crazy, I promise you. Legs are feeling a bit sore from yesterday's basketball session, but get a few more warm-ups, we'll be rocking here. So long as this moves good, this will be our last warm-up set. On the agenda today, we got squats, do some sissy squats, we'll do RDL, I think a hip thrust machine, and some leg extension leg curls. This gym, there's too many choices. I'll show you guys in a second, but there's 4 different hack squats. This is like 1 of 2 pendulum squats. I'm overwhelmed with all the choices I can make, so we're gonna stick with this one. And we're gonna see how this moves, and then do 2 top sets. I'm torn. It certainly wasn't easy, but we gotta go up. All right, I'm nervous here. I won't even lie. It's gonna be rough. But sometimes it's those sets, those thoughts you get before I end the sets, the nerves. It's when you gotta push deep, it's when you gotta dig deep. Those ones gonna count the most. So just rock and roll. all that tuck. And we probably should have done more weight. So I think I'm gonna go out for one more set. All right, final set. Alright, so we're definitely going up next week. I'm happy with that though for my third pendulum squat ever. I was not kidding when I say like 4 hack squats lined up. Alright, well we ended up picking this one. It's the most similar to what I've used before. It's also most out of the way for filming purposes. So we got one set of sissy squats here. I'm going to mess around and try some new leg presses here, I think. So I've always wanted to try a unilateral single leg press like this. Never had the opportunity, so I'm excited to try this right now. This will be just my first genuine experience with it. I've not tried this yet, so let's see how this feels. Well, I can't lie, the knees are kind of barking at me today, so I probably won't load this too heavy, but I really like the stretch, the depth you can get on this for quads and for glutes. So it's definitely going to become a staple of my routine. I like this a lot.
After much jerry-rigging and setup on the belt squat machine to avoid the setup of a barbell, we now have a fully functional RDL. But this will save time and pay dividends in the future. And sometimes that's what it takes, putting the effort in the beginning to save yourself time later. This applies to all things, not just this setup here, but man, that's nice. I already know I'm going to be incredibly sore after performing all these new movements here. Not necessarily new movements, but new machines, new stimulus. All right, it's time to load it up and find out what we're working with. Obviously, this is a belt squat machine. Sometimes it's a bit tricky. You gotta get creative and it makes it work. So that works really, really well. All right. Well, I debated even filming this one just because of the absolute ridiculous angle. It's not very flattering, but you know, in the spirit of this video, it's another machine I really want to always try. If I gotta give it a shot, I might as well show you guys, since at this point this video is showing me trying random leg exercises. So this is the inverted leg press. I don't know, let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, that's a nice stretch. Let's see if this even makes the cut, but I don't know. It's a nice machine. It's a good stretch. It's different, but I think it's not necessary. I think you can get the same results and work done with a variety of other machines. And I feel like you're kind of missing out on some load output just because of the wonky setup here. But I don't mind it. Although we've done a lot of things, I've only done about 2 sets per exercise. Trying to make them intense, heavy, challenging sets. Maybe one more. I'm getting out of here. All right, we're finishing up with some isolation work now. I feel like a lot of people are going to see this video, see all the equipment that I have access to, and think that you won't be able to train legs because you don't have that, but that's just the furthest thing from the truth. You can get by squats, leg presses, split squats. That's how I got by for a long time. This is just the cherry on top. The equipment helps, but you got to find the ways to be creative and train regardless. Intensity is always going to be key. And don't neglect the basics. be able to walk for days. Quick athleticism test, make sure we still got it after the heavy lifts. I think we'll save that one for another day. All right, let's see how we're looking post leg day.
All right, 2 weeks into the MiniCut, we're gonna do another ZOZO suit scan. We are currently 8 pounds down. 2 more weeks to go. I feel like at this rate, probably 15 pounds, give or take, lost in a month. But let's see what the scan reveals. Being on the MiniCut as a Ninja Creamy back in action. Tonight we've got some delicious vanilla ice cream. It's literally just water and protein powder, 160 calories, 30 grams of protein. And we're gonna try and make a root beer float out of it. We'll see how it tastes. I think I probably got scoops into a bowl, but it's delightful.
No, thank you.
I feel like something that needs to be addressed in this video is obviously on the MiniCut, just like the cut that I did this summer, steps are going to be crucial. So getting out for lots of walks. The problem is, we're in Minnesota. It's 20 degrees right now with the wind chill. It's probably in the single digits. And I've been getting close to 15,000 a day. I'd say probably a third of those are from morning and evening walks, but it's brutal. It's cold. Like, I get home at night, it's dark. I don't want to walk, so I try to get as much as I can at work, do my cardio, use the walking pad, but you just have to find a way. You have to figure out, suffer a little bit in the cold, get outside, get the fresh air. It's not going to be as easy and convenient as it is in the nice warm summer, but if it matters to you, if that's the goal, don't let any obstacle be in the way, layer up, and get it done. It is week 4 of 4 weeks of the MiniCut. First, we're packing up today's lunch. So we got some lunch here. Workout, post-workout, pre-workout, banana, protein shake. Then for breakfast, some sourdough, yogurt bowl, keeping it the same. But this week we are slashing it down to 2,000 calories just to be aggressive. Finish off the MiniCut for one final week. I'm gonna take you guys through a full day of eating, a leg day as well.
Thing and strengthens, it's a learn. That's like.
Next up, we got a nice little protein shake. Protein and water, delicious. 25 grams. Well, I've already blundered. I totally forgot to film the eating of my banana. But anyways, we are on the way to the gym. So, time to hit some legs, let's go. All right, time to lock in. Start here with a warm up, 1 plate. Oh yeah, let's feel better today. These are actually feeling really good. Which is good because I've been sore the last couple days. All right, 3 plates, this will be our telltale. We'll do one more warm up after this, and then we're going right to 4 or 5. Not quite as light as we wanted, but it's pretty good. Let's go 2 reps here. Just feel it out. Moment of truth. All right, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous right now, but I also know I'm nervous because I'm excited. So let's smash this. We're just gonna see how many reps we can get. All right. Very content with 6. Pre-cut. I think I was doing like 365 for 8. So that's 12 pounds down. 40-pound weight jump for almost 7 reps. At this point, we may as well go for the cherry on top. 315 split squats. Another AMRAP. Just going to go for as many as I can. We're only doing 2 sets of these, so the goal is to push until I can't, until I fail. So that's all right. Let's go. Another new personal best. I'll take it. Alright, here is our lunch here. We got a delicious combo of some ground beef, sweet potatoes, Parmesan cheese, keeping it simple. Whenever I'm slashing calories, I'm always keeping the protein high, so it's easiest to load it up with voluminous foods, fibrous foods, veggies, fruits, all that good stuff. Getting rid of the rice, getting rid of the pasta. Sure, it's temporary. I can live without it. I'd rather eat the veggies and feel more full for less calories, so let's dig in. Can't even begin to tell you guys how pleased I am with that workout, that squat. I've been thinking about that all day. I've been waiting on that for a while. And this too, I've been thinking about. This is so good. A little taco seasoning for the ground beef this week. Some onions. That's a lot of food too. It's not like I'm eating small meals. So you just gotta learn how to manage it and balance it across the day. Is it?
Yes!
All right, it's meal number 3. Chicken, very little bit of rice and some veggies. Very dry, very bland. And then diet soda has been huge this week.
He loves a diet soda.
And the last month, just to help keeping the calories low. But we also still have some shrimp and popcorn later, so that'll be the final meal of the night. All right, well, as cool as I think it is to show myself eating my meals throughout the day, I think what's gonna be more helpful for you guys to see how I actually structure it, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, because while these may work for me, they may work differently for you, for the next person, so on and so forth. So what I wanna illustrate here is, so the goal this week, as I already said, we're eating 2,000 calories roughly per day. And for me, that's breakfast, that's lunch, a little snack in between, that's dinner, and then I love my evening snacks. So with each of these, you saw my morning was this nice big yogurt bowl, about 42 grams of protein coming from the yogurt, pretty much just the yogurt, and the nuts a little bit. Then I also have my fruits in there. We'll sprinkle those guys in. I liked blueberries, which I don't know why I'm doing it in red, some pomegranates in red, some pineapple, and a nice drizzle of honey. So I'm getting a lot of carbs in, front loading that because I know I'm gonna be going to the gym midday. So I wanna have protein high, carbs high, so I'm ready and fueled up. And also I wanna have the fats coming from the nuts. That way I stay satiated and full, especially as I'm eating less calories. And the snack was just purely protein. 30 grams, no, it was 20, I think it was 25 grams of protein. It was just 1 scoop of protein powder in water, again, to keep the calories low. So we did that. And then for dinner was a really high protein meal. Put dinner right here. Dinner I think was 65 grams of protein. It was really chicken, straight protein, like barely any seasoning on it to keep the calories down. Again, it's a short time, this is not full time, this is not sustainable, this is just for the week. Ordinarily I would have flavored it with some more barbecue sauce, whatever. You can get low-cal sauces, seasonings are really low calorie. A little bit of rice and a little bit of veggies to give it a little more fluff, a little more volume, and get some fiber in. And lastly, tonight's snack is, we'll put that right here, it's gonna be, I'll say it's like 30-ish grams of protein. Just gonna have some shrimp and finish up some pasta from last night from the shrimp scampi. It was kind of shrimp scampi. It was shrimp and butter and garlic that I made last night. So finishing up that for the snack. But in general, 2,000 calories, we're trying to get roughly 200 grams of protein for the day, maybe a little more. But so 200 times 4 is 800 calories strictly from protein. I want to make sure I'm getting at least 50 grams of fat, like 30% or so of my calories, which equals 450. I guess that's a little less than 30%, so it's a little low today. But so the rest is strictly from carbs. So for me, fruits and veggies. I can't afford to be snacking on chips, crackers, all of that. Majority of calories are going to be coming strictly from protein and then good healthy carb sources. But that is how I would set up the day. Obviously, a way to eliminate calories, eat less. Take out this snack. Get rid of a snack, get rid of another snack, keep it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, intermittent fast, and you can have bigger meals for lunch and dinner. The procedure works the same each way. It's just a matter of structuring it, figuring out what works for you. I know I'm up early and I have a long day at work, so I need a filling breakfast. I need a snack to get me through the morning. Usually I even have an afternoon snack at work, but because I've been eating less this week, I opted not to. Usually it's just like an apple or something small. But no snack till I got home for dinner. Got home earlier tonight, which was good. Got off work a little bit early, so I was able to actually have something early at 5:30 instead of like 6:30. And then I love to snack. I love to snack, especially during TV at night or reading a book. So we're gonna finish off the night with a snack. All right, snacks for the night, some leftover shrimp and some banza chickpea pasta, getting our protein hit in, and then some popcorn, of course. May or may not have some Jell-O depending on how satiating this is, but that basically wraps up the 2,000 calorie day. Still have 5 meals, several snacks, so we're doing well here.
Henry.
What were you thinking? A good DA could tear it.
It's the final day of the MiniCut. This is the breakfast that I've had on repeat the entire time. A big part of what's helped me lose the weight that I've lost. Yogurt, non-fat, plain Greek yogurt. My trick is I always add the honey before, stir it in, because this on its own, it just does not taste good. And ordinarily, I would also add some nuts to this, but since I'm going right to the gym this morning, I want to keep the fat intake low, the carb intake high. So we got some pomegranates, some blueberries, some pineapple, and the honey. Boom. And this has not been an everyday thing, but I've had orange juice a couple times this week. Perfect for a little pre-workout shake, I guess, but pre-workout mix. Fresh squeeze, tons of vitamin C, keeping me feeling well as well. But today we're about to head to the gym, hit a little chest and back day. So I'll take you guys through that. Gonna get a haircut later, which honestly should help me lose a few pounds as well. Then I gotta edit all the footage of this entire month of the MiniCut, losing over 15 pounds. So stay tuned.
All right, here we have the ZOZO suit scan results. So you can see on the left, December 29th, 21.6% body fat percentage. And you can just see the overall tightness, the tone, 19.2%, almost just under 1 month later. 15 pounds lost during this mini cut here. Let's examine it a little more in depth. Obviously, just about every region for the most recent scan went down, primarily the waist, which is what I wanted. Upper waist, lower waist, hips, legs, arms, everything changed a little bit because we lost all the body fat. But you can certainly tell here the differences. I guess the forearms grew like a little bit, but apparently the chest grew a little bit. You can see the dip in the waist here. So obviously waist got smaller. That was lost. So all good things here. Comparing these two last scans, somehow, as I said, the chest grew. But everything other than that, pretty standard. 15 pounds down, 2% body fat loss. Pretty great results right here. So here's the full grocery haul. I can't even explain the euphoria of walking into the grocery store. Honestly, it was overwhelming because I realized I could get whatever I wanted. And then I thought to myself, you know, all this was a choice. Any day, any given day of the week, any moment, I could eat whatever I want. We've got chocolate in the cabinet. I could have had it. Staying strong for the last day today of the mini cut. But here's the haul, and I want you to take appreciation of. Number one, it's hard to spend 140 bucks at Aldi, but that's what happened. Number two, it doesn't really look any different than what I've showed you before during the mini cut. The only thing that's different is the quantity. So we're still having having fruit, all our protein here, veggies, fruits, more veggies. The quantity is just increased. So there's probably be a little more meat, 85-15 lean ground beef instead of the 93-7. Some more bread, more berries, more strawberries. Milk, we'll start having some more milk. The yogurt, breakfast is gonna stay the same. Meals are gonna stay the same. Quantity is just gonna be a little bit more, a little more carb heavy. Treat ourselves to a few root beers. But you know, that's, if you can eat like this every day of every week, there's just no way your life doesn't change for the better. There's no way you don't get in better shape, feel better, live happier, live healthier. This is the secret. This is the key right here. Eating like this, even if 80% of the time, the other percent of the time you're going out to eat, if this can be the main staple of your diet, there's just no way that you don't succeed. As we wrap up here and begin prepping for the next journey, leaving the deficit, I just want to say a few words to wrap up. First, I want to thank you all for spending the last almost hour with me. I hope you found this incredibly valuable, incredibly helpful to your own experience and your own journey, wherever you are right now. I think the biggest thing that I wanted to show is 1 month. That is the difference. That is all it takes. It takes 1 month. It's not one day every now and then and 1 week on and off every now and then. It's one solid month, dialed in and dedicated, but you can literally change your life within 1 month. 28 days. It only took me 28 days and I lost 15 pounds. And certainly I could keep going. I know it was not sustainable and that's why it was so quick. But you have to believe that within that duration, you can literally make such a huge impact. And of course, it's fitting that we're here finishing up, slicing up some onions here, because it all comes down to the food, right? You saw that I didn't really change my training drastically. Obviously, yes, I was more conscious to get more steps throughout the day, stay more active, but ultimately, it all comes down to food. Food is so powerful. It can have such a grip, such a hold on us. No one feels like, oh, you know, man, I'm so addicted to stepping. I'm so addicted, I just can't gain weight. It's almost always the other way around. Yes, it can be hard to get into the gym and to exercise, but it's almost always harder to give up drinking, whether that's alcohol or soda, give up chocolate, candy, chips, burgers, pizza, you name it. Like, for myself included, those are some of the hardest things, the hardest vices, because food, a lot of foods, besides whole foods, are manufactured to be addictive. I mean, I'm not sitting there in my deficit craving an onion. It tastes good when I eat it, when cooked properly, but I'm craving the chocolate, I'm craving the candy. All that being said, 1 month is all it could take. 1 month could change your life. And if you're still struggling to lose weight, struggling to build muscle, reach out to me. I want to help you. I want to help you find your path. I want to help you on your way to success and show you the power that it takes if you truly dedicate and lock in. Because a lot of times what we're missing is not what to do or not how to do it. It's just having someone hold you accountable to it. It's incredibly hard to go through something like that with no one to push you, because that's the hardest bit of it all, is that it's going to take day after day after day. When the days aren't easy, the nights are long, the days are hard, you have to continuously put in that work every single day, each day after the next, until you get the destination. You can't do one great day and then back off the next day. You have to be relentless, you have to be dedicated, you have to be disciplined,
and you have to continue to put in that effort every single day to earn what's yours. So, all that being said, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Hit the Instagram if you want to follow for more tips on there as well, and reach out to me if you're looking to work with an online fitness trainer to help you reach your goals in this new year. Thanks for watching.